Hi, and you're welcome to Bona and Boma. I am Boma, and if you're joining us for the first time, you are our favorite person. And if you have been here with us like forever, we thank you for your prayers, for your support, for your guidance, for your suggestions about how to go on this page to make it entertaining, educating, and motivating. So today I'm taking you through the question and answer series part 2. Yes, the first one was very captivating with questions all over Africa and all over the world. This time it's more about Naija and Ghana. Like, should we argue about our jollof? That Ghana has the best jollof you guys have ever tested. You are always doing yeah. Meanwhile, jollof is better than yours. You don't want to agree. Anyway, I want to go straight to the questions. And this page is all about godly lifestyle, godly relationships, and personal growth for women all over the world. We want that this page should mentor, should counsel, and should help bring women in these contemporary times to love God more, to dedicate their time to knowing God, so that our dreams can come true. And at the end of the day, we will spend eternity with the Lord Jesus Christ. If you hear me, say amen. Thank you, sister. Thank you, brother. Now, the first question says that, hello, ma. Yes, my dear. Nice for all your motivations. Of course, we did for you now. I pray God gives you more grace and unction to continue. Amen, my dear sister. She says, please, what do you suggest I know before saying yes to a man? Then after I say a yes, how should the discussion go? And what should be our limit? Then how can I keep the relationship romantic yet spiritual? This girl, she did Ankasa. It's like she wants, like I can tell her kind of Christianity. She's contemporary but godly. She wants to, strap her boots. Yes, I want it happy and fun. I want it loving, but I want it still spiritual. So I'll answer you with all of my heart. But what you should know before saying yes to a man. Most of the times, the saying yes is how you get to know the man. Honestly, if you are not friends, the saying yes is how you get to know him. And that is called dating. So you date to get to know him, to now decide whether yes, he's the one, or no, he is not the one. So you don't really need to know much before saying yes to a man. If he is in your church, I'm sure you might have been praying for a good man and he comes your way. And considering to say yes is sometimes a green flag that yes, I want to know this person more. And if it means going in relationship to know him, I really want to know him. That's why you're even considering a yes. Okay, so you don't need to know much. His name is fine. Maybe he has called you a few times before. You've had conversations with him and he like keeps you awake over your bedtime. Yes, so just few bits about him before you say yes, and then you now talk deep things. Now after saying yes, how should the conversation or discussion go? What should be the limit? So the discussion or conversation should basically be about you, the two, your interests, your values, your standards, your dreams, your future, your plans, everything. Because from the get-go of a relationship, a lot of people are marital oriented. Okay, a lot of men can be focused. The moment they come in for you, then they want to marry you. They don't have a potential wife like, I want to date you, or you are not the one I'm dating. No, if they are coming in for you, a lot of men will truly want to marry you. So they are dating towards marriage, but you should also be dating towards marriage because you truly want to know whether he's the one or not. So don't be joking around your relationship. Don't feel shy. You don't want something and you are shy about it. You can't stand up for yourself. No. If you love him, ask him questions. And let me tell you something. A lot of guys will go like, oh, she's asking me more questions about me. That means she's interested in me. She truly wants to know me. So the limit should be that sexual discussion should be limited, because you don't want to really talk about sex, kissing, fondling, love making. It's not yet the time. In my church, we have a courtship book. When you start to be in a courtship, then you can talk about the topics. Now, these topics are in ascending order from 1 basic to 5, serious, and then to the 10th most serious, topics. And the 10th is normally sexual life of the intending couples before marriage. So that's the last topic to talk about, except that you can talk about finances, finances, family, in-law, jobs, children, fun games, and all of those things. So don't be limited around yourselves, except that it is something that will lead you to sin. And the last interest says, how can I keep the relationship romantic yet spiritual? Yeah, romantic could simply mean that you are sharing your best interest together. All right, being romantic could be spending time together in an open space at the mall, going for shopping, going for hiking, going to the play park, finding out new restaurants around town, going to the movies, to the theater, girl, name it. So many things you can do together, and it will be godly. Okay, it could be romantic, it could be doing a lot of things together, like exchanging gifts and all of those are romantic things. Him singing for you, you singing for him. Come on, so many things. Okay, it is still spiritual because it is godly oriented. Let God be your guide. Let God be the one to help you through. When God is in the center of it, it will be so hard for you to not be spiritual. Okay, yes, relationships can be romantic and yet spiritual. So the second question says, good evening, ma. Happy New Week. Happy New Week to you. I want to seek for mentorship and counseling from you, ma, because I have a little issue concerning relationship. I want to ask, ma, is it possible for a person to be confused with whom she should go along with in a relationship, especially when she once had someone that they were in a relationship for about 4 years, but just because of little misunderstanding, they decided to move on, and then she is now with someone else. But because of love for the both sides, it is impossible for the person to move on. Is it possible for the person to be confused? Well, I'm thinking, I understand what she's trying to say. She was in a first relationship that was about 4 years old, and the second one she currently is with, they are going on fine, but she's confused because the first relationship that was of 4 years ago ended with a little misunderstanding, and the person wants back in. So she's confused. Do I go back to this person I was with for 4 years that I truly do love, or this current one that I'm not even up to a year with? Now, when it gets to that point, it becomes difficult because the individual doesn't get to be active, to make active practical decisions about the love life. And I would always say this, and I'll say this again: the little misunderstanding that you had that made you break up over 4 years relationship is a misunderstanding that is still lingering. It's still there. It's just that you are not together, and so you don't think that the problem is there, but it's staring at you straight in your eyes. No matter how little you say this misunderstanding is, it is what kept you apart. I know you are finding it hard to move on, but girl, you need to try as much as you can to move on. It doesn't mean you should forget about the first relationship. In fact, it's been 4 years, and 4 years is part of you. It's your story, it's your history now. It's your experience and memory now. You can't forget about it, but you can move on. It's difficult. Yes, it's difficult, but you can move on. Try this second one again. He could be the best person you've ever would have in life. There's no need going back to the first person because he had his chance and it didn't work out. So you as a lady, you shouldn't gamble. I'm not about to play with you, girl. Go and let this second person have a chance. Okay? So, all jokes aside, you need the best. But this is what I'll tell you again. Who makes you happy the most? Who loves you the most? Who understands you the most? Because see, it's not just about the relationship. It's about from now and into marriage and after childbirth and after old age. You don't need anything that will make you cry and feel sad most of the time and feel regrettable. Okay? So choose the one who makes you happy, who seems to understand you and do what you want. Let's go to our third question. Our third question says, sorry for disturbing, ma. Not at all. You never disturb me. Now question, I want answer now. So it says, I have a question to ask, and it goes like this. How will you know a brother is God's will for your life as a single sister? Not easy, like Coco. Okay, first of all, this is how you will get to know, okay? If you find yourself praying about a brother or for a brother, it could tell that God is painting a picture for your future with this brother. Second, love. It's like when you see them, when you hear from them, when they text you, you are just all over the place, melting like ice cream for this gentleman. Like, he's just everything you think about when you're sleeping, when you're awake, when you take your phone, him, like your day is just boring when you don't hear from him. So love could also be a sign that he is God's will for you. Third, it could be dreams. You can have like great revelations. It's not the dreams that you eat and be satisfied and you are going around snoring and sleeping anyhow. It's the one that you have thoroughly prayed before going to bed and God just reveals to you. It's like any dream towards your future, towards your relocation, towards your journey to any path in life. Some people are great dreamers like Joseph. God can reveal so much to them. So these are the three things I can say about knowing if a brother is a God's will for your life. Be careful, okay? Men can be so funny at times. Okay, so please, ma, I'll be visiting my fiancé's family soon, and I'll be spending like 3 days there because she's in Lagos State. But I'm nervous. Secondly, is it right if I buy something for the mom? So this is a gentleman asking the question, but the profile picture is a lady. I thought that was a lady. So yes, you are visiting your fiancé for the first time. I can see you are so shaky and nervous and shy and afraid and anxious, and you are stressed as well. But it's fine because you have to represent. You are representing. I get it. But do not be too afraid to go and you mess not knowing how to talk or how to respond to a simple greeting or overreacting. Just be yourself. I tell you, if they didn't accept you, they won't even invite you to come to their home. I'm telling you something. So in the spending of the 3 days there, just be yourself. Be authentic, be natural. Don't do things you are not invited to do. Do not try to impose anything on the family. Just go there and accept what they do. Okay, understand the family dynamics and system. Understand how they communicate with one another. Observe them. Observe how they behave towards each other. Their tone of voice, their sound, the words they use. The behaviors are in the house. What time they eat, what time they go to bed. Because you are getting to know how your wife will behave when she comes to your home. So there are certain things when you see, you would understand. Okay, I don't doubt it. I'm not saying it's her fault because I've seen it when I got to their house. This is how they do their things. We get it. So you don't go to change things, but you go to observe them and get to know them. And yes, you can buy something for her mom. It's not bad. We all know how mothers love gifts. Mothers love gifts. And when you buy something for her mom, she would say, oh, your boyfriend is just so kind, he's been thoughtful to buy something for your mom, and he's been brought up well. I'm not saying that gifts will bribe her, but I'm saying that it's normally from a wise thought for you to buy a gift when visiting a home. Okay, so that's a good point. You can buy something for her mom. If you have enough money and they are younger siblings, you can buy something little for them. Okay, that's good. You're a responsible man. Okay, so let me say this. This is a long question. This person is also introducing herself, but I don't want to just mention names. I will go straight to what she's asking me. I know I've answered her already, but it could be you just in case you find yourself in this situation. She says, I'm engaged by God's grace. My question is this: my partner stays in China while I base in Nigeria with my family. We are planning our traditional wedding, and he said he won't be present for the introduction because of the distance, which I see a reason to. But my problem now is him not coming around during the traditional wedding. He said he won't be able to come home for the traditional wedding, and that his family members will be around, and a brother of him will represent him, like to stand on his behalf. Bad. Okay, so the bigger picture is you getting past the traditional marriage and moving forward to get to stay with him in China. Okay, so I wish you all the best, and I know you'll have a beautiful marriage. Okay, God bless you and God bless your marriage. Don't be sad on your traditional marriage day. Okay, be happy. Surround yourself with friends that that are clowns to make you laugh and forget about the fact that your husband isn't there. We all understand that sometimes this can happen. All right, so don't drain yourself with the fact that your pictures will not be complete. No, they can be complete through Photoshop. They can be complete if you have to do another ceremony again and take even more beautifuler pictures. All the best. The next question is about hair, and this goes, please ma, what can I use for my dandruff? And for my hair to grow well, what can I do so that I can also have an equal length? So yeah, dandruff are some of the challenges with growing hair, especially natural hair. It happens, but this is what I'll do. A lot of times, keep your scalp moisturized. Okay, you can use shea butter, is it argan oil, and all those essential oils, and then massage the scalp. Do this almost every day. Some of them can use a little water. If you've not braided your hair and it's just natural hair, like how I leave my hair, you just pour in, like, spray using the water spray bottle, and just massage it into the scalp so that it doesn't becomes dry. When it becomes dry, then it's possible that you will develop the dandruff. Okay, we also have anti-dandruff essential oils where you can just spray into the roots or the scalp of the hair to prevent all kind of dandruff. For your hair to grow, this is what you need to do. I wash my hair every week. That's because I don't braid my hair. But when I braid my hair, I wash it every 2 weeks. Okay. So for the hair to grow, you have to have a consistent hair product. Hair product that you could use for about a year or two and you're still using, so that the hair will get used to that hair product. But if you keep changing hair products and mixing all kind of chemicals and things into your hair, you are just going to stress the hair and the scalp, and it will just stop growing. Secondly, too tight hair styles. A lot of ladies just want to have too tight hair styles. If they're braiding rasta or cornrow or all those kind of braids, they just really pull the hair to the extent that the scalp is so hurting. That will also prevent hair growth. And for your hair to be equal, you can take it to the salon. We have people who normally level their hair. They can do a lot of hair styling, and then they will level the hair for you so that the growing will come again. And you would love your hair. So not all the times you can do everything yourself, okay? And remember to steam your hair. There are some salons that have steam, but if it's not around your area, you can steam it yourself. Check on Google on how to home steam your hair. All right. Now, the last question, I hope so. She says that, good afternoon, Ma. I'm the kind of person that loves fashion and I also want to further my education. What advice will you give to me? I want to further to the university. What advice will you give me? Is it to further the university or to the fashion school? Yes, this is what I'll tell you. Personally, they are both important. Fashion school or university are both important, but you love fashion school best. That is why you even have to consider of making a decision. If you didn't love the fashion school as much, it won't be a bother for your university, right? So this is what I'll say. Learning a handwork is as important as learning a course, right? The university is 4 years. Fashion school can be 1 year or 2 years. If it were me, I would say try the fashion school, go and learn something like how to do something with your hands that can fetch you money. It's the best right now I can tell you to do. And if you find out that fashion school was a wrong decision, then you can further your education. You can always go back to the university if you want to. You can, even after fashion school, if you realize that is the best decision I made, you can go to the university and be sewing clothing for your housemates, for your classmates, for your lecturers and teachers. You're going to make money at the university if you know how to sew. You won't even get time to study. Okay, so I would say get money first. Do the fashion school, start making money by yourself, and then you can go to school. That's what I have to tell you, because me, I finished school, I'm working, and I'm still doing business. That's the truth. I'm still doing business. So it's always best to find something doing. This is the last question, I guess. So question number 1, she says, is it advisable for a friend, like a brother, to come and see you just to know you face to face and have a good time together? Where is the best place to use? What do you do and what not? Like, where is the best place to meet and what are the things to do and not to do at the moment he came to see you? So I guess this is a gentleman from far away, and the person now wants to come and see the lady face to face. Honestly, it's not bad if you have a friend or you've been talking with someone online and the person makes an effort to come and see you face to face. It's not a problem at all. However, you need to be careful, because you need to spend good time together, like knowing the person, and the person isn't just coming for a day, maybe for 2 or 3 days, and you're going to spend time with this person. So it's good to get a place closer to your house. Maybe the person can be staying in a guest house, in a hotel, in a motel, Airbnb, somewhere close. That is not far from your house, so that anytime you're going, you can go with a friend, you can go with a sister, you can go with someone you trust, so that you can spend time. The three of you can spend time, or the person can even be around and excuse you whilst you talk with the person. You can also go to the mall, you can go to the restaurant, you can go to the beach. Come on, I love the beach. So you can always go to the beach. There are so many places to do around the beach. You can also go to a play center where you can play games together. I don't know of Nigeria, but there are so many places in Ghana you can meet for the first time. You can go to adult game where they do this paintballs, they shoot paintballs into one another. It's fun. Okay, so there are so many things than just cuddling and Netflixing, because you end up in bed with the person. Yeah, sometimes the attraction is that deep when you are first meeting somebody you've been talking online for some time, and then they physically come to meet you. So she also says, is it good to collect gift from a guy when he decided to give you willingly by himself? No, it's not bad. In my culture, it's even bad to resist a gift from someone, not only a guy but even your friends. It's not nice. It's considered not respectful to reject what someone has given you. So you can accept the gift if he gives it to you freely. However, you have to also know the intent of the gift, right? Some people say don't take expensive gifts. Who rates expensiveness? Is it the gentleman who can afford, or the lady who is receiving the gift? All right, but the best is actually the intention. You can ask him, why are you giving me this gift? What does it mean? What does it lead to? Can you be honest with me? They can decide to tell you that, oh, I just saw it nice and I felt that you would like it and I bought it. It could be so genuine. Okay, she goes on to say, because I have a friend, he added me on WhatsApp from Togo. He explained his past life, that he has been divorced 2 years ago. So we've been chatting and be having good time, and he said he wants us to be honest with each other so we can have a good friendship or relationship. I ignored the fact that he wants us to be in relationship. He asked if I have an Apple MacBook. I said no, and he decided to buy one for me. What should I do? Even though I told him I don't want to be in a relationship with him now, he said okay, and he still insisted to buy it for me. Do you think I should take it? Ooh. Now, let me just be honest with you. Men will go the mile to have you. It's not even the Mac Pro book. What is a Mac Pro book? He can go the mile. If he had enough, he could get a first class ticket for you to fly all over just to be with him, because that is the price he has to have you in his life. And this is what I'll tell you. It's that he has openly told you his intention. He would want to be in a relationship with you. Even though he's divorced, he wants to move on. And he's seen you and he wants you. Except you say no. He will do everything he can to have you by his side and say yes. So I would say refuse the gift like you have already, because gifts in this kind of situationship is kind of like would help you lower your no, because right now the thing is no. But if you keep taking gifts from him, it will get to a point you will just have to succumb because of the gift. And you know, our conscience is so righteous that if you keep taking gifts from him and then you don't say yes or you don't marry him, then you begin to feel guilty, because our conscience knows right from wrong, right? So because of this, do not accept any gift from him, because it is on the premise that if you take my gift, it means that you are saying yes to me. Do you get it? There are some men that will buy you all the gifts that you want, everything, and if you say no to them, then they will get angry. Some can say return my gift, and they are right. They are right if they ask you to give back their gifts to them, because it was on an intention for you to say yes and marry them. But if you don't, okay, then give me back my gifts. Some people say it's childishness, but you know, men can be men are men. And sometimes too, when you take gifts like that and they don't end up winning your heart, He can say you are a gold digger. He can say that you were deceiving him and taking his money and calling him all kinds of names, when in fact he was the one who started with buying you gifts. Okay, so they'll go the mile to have you. When it doesn't work out, then they just flip over the situation and then start shifting blames and all of those things. I don't want you to go through that situation. Okay, don't go through that situation. With or without gifts, you would still say no, and you might even be friends. And guess what? Even when you are friends, he would like to do more things for you to convince you, right? So it's not about the gift. It could be something bigger than that. Maybe if you say no, you don't want the Pro MacBook, he might give you even a bigger gift.